Self-deception is the psychological process of convincing ourselves of something that is incomplete, distorted, or untrue, because accepting reality would create emotional discomfort. It is one of the mind's most subtle defense mechanisms, because the person engaging in it may not consciously realize that they are avoiding the truth. Instead of deliberately lying to themselves, they gradually reshape their interpretation of reality until it becomes easier to live with. A person may remain in a destructive relationship while focusing only on occasional moments of affection. Continue believing in an unrealistic future because accepting the present feels painful, or convince themselves that they do not care about something that deeply affects them. Self-deception often protects the mind from feelings such as shame, grief, fear, rejection, inadequacy, or helplessness. The truth may be intellectually visible, yet emotionally difficult to accept. The mind therefore creates a more tolerable version of reality. This process can happen through selective attention, rationalization, denial, minimization, wishful thinking, and confirmation bias. Uncomfortable evidence is dismissed while reassuring evidence receives disproportionate importance. Over time, the person may become increasingly committed to a story that protects their emotional stability, even when that story repeatedly conflicts with observable reality. The deeper danger of self-deception is that it can transform temporary protection into permanent limitation. What begins as a way of avoiding pain can eventually prevent growth, change, and honest self-understanding. A person may blame circumstances instead of recognizing their own patterns, insist that others are always responsible for their problems, or repeatedly choose familiar situations while believing they are simply unlucky. Self-deception can also protect the ego by allowing someone to maintain an idealized identity. Admitting failure, insecurity, envy, fear, or poor judgment can feel threatening, so the mind creates explanations that preserve a more comfortable image of the self. The longer this continues, the harder reality becomes to confront, because accepting one truth may require reconsidering years of decisions. Yet self-deception cannot permanently eliminate reality. It can only postpone the emotional consequences of facing it. Genuine psychological growth requires the courage to examine personal beliefs without automatically defending them. It requires noticing contradictions, acknowledging uncomfortable emotions, accepting responsibility where appropriate, and remaining willing to change an interpretation when evidence demands it. This process can be painful because truth sometimes destroys illusions that once provided comfort. But discomfort is not always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes discomfort is the emotional cost of becoming more honest with yourself. The opposite of self-deception is not harsh self-criticism. It is self-awareness. It means seeing both strengths and weaknesses without needing either to become exaggerated. It means accepting that you can make mistakes without becoming a failure, experience insecurity without becoming weak, and change your mind without losing your identity. The greatest freedom comes when you no longer need reality to match the story you created to survive it. When the mind stops defending what it wishes were true and becomes willing to see what actually is, self-understanding begins.